Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope you're very well, that you're keeping safe and healthy at home. For today's lesson, we're going to study the topic in relation with Unit 12. Remember that in relation with the time and the short time for this period, I had to make choices. That's why we are going to skip Unit 11. So we're going to continue with Unit 12, which is very important for you to know and to comprehend in relation with the mock test or prueba saber, which is in relation with third conditional. As it is usual, I'm going to share with you this my presentation in relation with this topic. Okay, so uh, in relation with third conditional, first of all, I think that this is not unfamiliar because you start watching conditionals in ninth grade. So in ninth grade, so this is like a consolidation and a review about this topic. Okay. So what do we have to remember about the third conditional? First of all, about the use. The use of third conditional is in relation with facts that happened in the past. For example, an event that probably happened yesterday or last week or last year, or in a like a more remote time in the past, for example, when I was a child, so in my childhood, for example. And we use this type of third conditional when we want to imagine doing or changing something in the past, but it's not possible. So it's not real. That's why the third conditional is called unreal. Okay? So here we have again the same the some conditions in order to talk about the third conditional. First of all, is that there is no possibility, as we said before, that's why it's unreal. We talk about the past. We talk about a condition in the past that did not happen. It's imaginary. It's only like in our mind. It's hypothetically, but it's hypothetically in terms of imagination, but it's not possible at all. And that's why there is no possibility for this condition to happen. Now, the third conditional is also like a dream, but with no possibility for a dream for coming true. A dream, but not possible. Okay. Now, here in the structuring of this condition and result, here we see the how it consists of two clauses. The if clause, for example, if I had won the lottery, and the result clause, I would have had a million. So we're gonna check how this works in the structuring. So how do we make the third conditional, or how do we build it? So in the construction, we have first the if or whether. Do you remember that word? And the past perfect. Yes, so that's why it's important to use the had in the past and the participle of the verb in the if clause. And in the second clause or the result clause, we can use, for example, the modal verb would have and the participle of the verb. Here we have an example. If I had been sunny yesterday, so here we have the if word or weather clause and the past perfect. And in the result clause, we have would and have as the auxiliary and gone as the participle. Okay, good. Now, in the third conditional, it's typical that we observe the modal verb would. Yes, and the typical construction is that we have first the if clause and later the result clause. So, for example, we have if I had seen Mary, I would have told her. Yes, you can stop the video here in order to check probably the rest of the examples, which is like the same construction if you want. You can make a pause here. But remember also that we can invert, yes, the position of the results. So for example, we can use first the result and then the condition. And how do we transform it? I would have told Mary if I had seen her. Yes, so we are changing the construction by inverting the clauses without a comma, but we still use the, in this case, the modal verb would, the auxiliary verb have, the participle of the verb, and we keep in the if clause, the of course the word if, and the past participle of the past perfect tense. Okay, good. Now, here we have an example in which, for example, as we are imagining here on the left, here we have this exercise that of filling the gaps. And this guy is imagining in the, probably it says 2,000 years ago, on Roman, so in older times or ancient times. So if we want to express this idea using the third conditional, we will have to say, for example, if I had been alive 2,000 years ago, I would have been a Roman. So this is imaginary. Of course, it's unreal and it's not possible. Okay. And again, we find that the construction is probably fit to the third conditional. In this case, have the description of a situation. For example, she got a virus on her laptop because she didn't install an antivirus. So this is the situation. Of course, then, if we want to express this situation in the third conditional, if she had installed an antivirus on her laptop, she wouldn't have got a virus, or gotten, because the gotten also is a participle. But it's not true because, of course, her laptop is totally full and infected with viruses. We also have here this situation. They worked so hard, they passed their exams. This is like the situation. But if the contrary happened, we have this expression. If they hadn't worked so hard, they wouldn't have passed their exams. So probably it would be an unreal situation. Yes? Now, in case of third conditionals, we can also use other models beyond the use of would. For example, in this sentence we have here, if I had bought a lottery ticket, I might have won. And we're talking about a probability or possibility expressed by the modal verb might. And it's also normal to use, for example, should have, could have, might have, instead of would have. But it depends on the type or degree of modality you want to express. And remember that you have studied many modal verbs since 8th grade. So that's what you need to remember. Now, we additionally use the third conditional when we want to criticize people, point out their mistakes, or expressing regret about past. So something that we cannot change, okay? Now, thanks for watching. This presentation is very, very short because it's like a summary of grammar 1. Remember that you only need to send grammar 1, unit 12 in relation with third conditional. Remember that next week is rest week or semana de receso, but when we return, you're going or we are going to have the final simulacro or mock test on Prueba Saber, because we need to go fast over there in order for you to practice. Yes. And today or this I'm going to show you how or what parts of sections are going to start working for the project, okay, that will be included in your notebook. So thanks for watching this presentation and good luck. See you in, I don't know, in 2 weeks. And of course, please rest a lot next week in order to recharge batteries. Thanks a lot.